So just like that, the TikTok Women's Six Nations is done and dusted. And that means fantasy is over as well. In the final round, I got a score of 646, which probably wasn't my best score, but I think everyone else got around the same. Some of the high performers were in the 800s, but fair play to you if you got that. And obviously, we have to say massive congrats to England, who actually won the Grand Slam. I think in the first 4 games, they absolutely smashed teams and had the biggest points difference compared to any of their rivals, even France. And obviously on the final day, they beat France in France. So massive congrats to England. They deserve it, and they're actually still on the longest winning streak ever by a women team. So looking at my team, starting off in the front row, obviously Sarah Byrne was absolutely amazing. She scored 2 tries. I'm actually surprised she didn't score more than 60 points. But I guess I kind of debated her as captain, being one of the England players, but not really. It was always going to be Poppy Cleall. So not too disappointed there, and 60 points is great. Then, obviously, Niamh Jones, my highest performing player of the round, absolutely smashed it. I think she got Woman of the Match as well in Ireland's late comeback against Scotland. And then Dujagang, 26 points. It's not her best this tournament, but she did well, and obviously for a prop, that's pretty decent as well. I'm super happy with my second rows. Fal got around 40, 45, the 45 mark, and then Monaghan got almost 40 as well. So, obviously, if you've been following me throughout the tournament and the men's tournament, my second rows don't tend to do so great. But I think making the second rows a focal point and making sure that I have decent second rows really boosts my side. So, Fal and Monaghan, absolutely brilliant. I'll be definitely thinking of them in the next tournament. My back row was okay. Packer, obviously the standout there. Cleall as my captain, didn't do too well. She actually came off pretty early, I think, around the 50 or 60 minute mark it was. So 31 points isn't overly bad, but she definitely could have got a lot more points. And then Harry's, again, not too bad. Wales obviously lost to Italy, but she was playing 8. She did what I said. She'd carry hard and make the gain line, so I'm not too disappointed in that. Sonsus performed pretty decently again. You'd always expect her to perform well in big games, or in any game for that matter. So 30 odd points for her. Terry probably wasn't the best pick, but it was an outside pick. Obviously she was starting at fullback and was a 10 in the fantasy. So it was an outside pick, and it didn't come off with 16 points, but we do live and learn. Another pick that didn't quite work out was Jacquet. Obviously she started at fullback as well, and only got 13 points, so not good at all. England just didn't allow her to run or even get into the game really, so that's why her points are so low. But Jones, on the other hand, obviously lost to Italy, but then scored well over 40 points. So she's been superb this tournament, and definitely, if not one of the best centres in all of fantasy for this tournament. And as for my back 3, well, Boujard there, as you can see, scored pretty low. Actually, the lowest of all of my players this weekend. Again, it was a coin toss really between France or England. I did stick for French and 4 English in, because I knew it would be a tight game, but obviously Boujard didn't really deliver. Menge actually scored a try, who was on the other wing, so maybe I should have picked her, but I stuck with Boujard from last week. Lydia Thompson scored almost 50 points, so she had a great game. I was watching the game, and I remember her just absolutely skinning her opposite winger and absolutely just rinsed her for pace. So Lydia Thompson is definitely one to look at in the future. And then Furlan obviously beat Wales in Cardiff, so massive for her team, and obviously she's the captain of Italy, so fair play to them, and obviously she got pretty decent points for me too. Now as for my bench, my super sub was Powell obviously. She came on at a decent time, I think around the 60-65 minute mark. She scored just over 8 points, so it's not too bad, I guess, but obviously not ideal. Bevan actually was the other half-back for Wales, the scrum half, who came on as she actually scored a try, so her super sub points were skyrocketed, so I just missed out there. And Doyle, she was on the wing for Ireland. It wasn't really the game for wingers. It was a pretty stodgy pitch and a very tight game, so I'm not too disappointed. I mean, 9 points is alright. And obviously McDonald didn't even come on. So that's my side for the last round of the Six Nations. Let's see now how you guys did, or how I did in the JG Rugby League, and also how some of you guys did in the whole tournament. So the winner of the JG Rugby League, this Women's Six Nations, is Stinson. Absolutely smashed it, 4,600 points, which is basically 400 points more than anyone else. Massive congrats to Ben as well. Penny, who also did well in the Men's Six Nations. I think she actually came third or second in the whole Men's Six Nations last time, and obviously won the JG Rugby League. So well done to her, or you. House Virgo as well, Slaymaker, Barry also get shout outs for doing so well. And as you can see, Stinson actually came third in the whole thing. I think you were probably second, Stinson, but not a great last round meant that you came third. But nonetheless, absolutely brilliant to see, and massive congrats to all of you who did so well. So I'd just like to say to everyone who's taken part or watched my videos, thank you so much, because obviously we've hit 1,000 subscribers now, and we just keep going. So thank you all for watching and supporting my videos, and also for taking part in the fantasy leagues. It's obviously a bit of fun, and I just try and give you the best tips so that you can try beat your family or your friends in your little mini leagues. And obviously if you're someone like Stinson or Penny, then you just skyrocket in the whole leagues. So thanks to everyone, and obviously there'll be more fantasies. Hopefully there'll be a summer series one, but there's definitely autumn nations, so keep in touch. There will be also lots of content coming out. I've got lots of ideas planned for videos, so please stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications on to not miss out. So once again, thanks to everyone, and I'll see you in the next one.